Almost 90% of skin experts feel childhood eczema has increased to a problematic scale over the last 3 years. The study, which coincides with a National Awareness Week for the condition, also claims that despite evidence of a link between eczema and diet, very few sufferers are actually tested for food intolerance. Dr. Jill Hart is from the allergy testing firm YorkTest Laboratories. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Hello.
Let's start with eczema. Many people are aware of it, but many people might not be aware of the fact that there are many different types of eczema.
Absolutely. There are, about 10 or 11 different types of eczema. The most common one, though, is atopic eczema. So it tends to run in families and is sort of linked with hay fever and asthma as well.
Yeah, in terms of the reasons why, it's obviously on the rise, it's becoming more problematic. Is there anything to suggest what that is?
Absolutely, yes.
Is it because we are perhaps becoming more prone to allergies?
Yeah, if you think about, there is a genetic link, but you can't control your genetics. What you can control are your triggers, that cause these awful flare-ups. And triggers such as environmental factors, irritants, stress in your lives. And also very, very key is diet. And we know at YorkTest that there is a link between food intolerance and eczema. And that's why a careful analysis and testing is required to work out the exact combination of foods that are causing the problem.
Yeah, there's something called a food fingerprint.
Yes.
What's this?
Yes, well, if you think about the combination of foods, we know that on average, people that come to YorkTest with eczema have reactions to, on average, about 4 or 5 different foods if they have positive reactions, and we know that we can test for that and determine which type. Now, they're going to be different for everybody. Not everybody's going to have the same pattern of reactions, and that's why we call it a personal food fingerprint, because we want to determine that for them, and then they can, or we also help them remove the foods from the diet too. Yeah,
the issue of eczema, it can have a real impact on people's lives. It can be severely damaging. Certainly, if it's visible, it can knock their self-confidence, but also it can be so difficult to even sleep with it.
Absolutely, and you think of particularly children. I mean, it's prominent in children. 1 in 5 children in the UK have eczema, and it's particularly difficult for parents to see their child in such a lot of distress and help them manage the condition.
Yeah, there are lots of testing kits online that you can get. Should we trust those? Should we go to a doctor? What's the best way?
I think there are some testing kits available which have no basis in science at all. I think that YorkTest have 35 years of experience and accreditation in our laboratory, and you can go to your doctor, and we encourage people to go to the doctor always to be checked out with their eczema. A lot of people use emollients and creams and topical steroids, but most people actually want to get to the root cause. That helps the symptoms, which is wonderful and very, very beneficial. But a lot of people want to get to the root cause, and when you're thinking of diet and food intolerances, that's a service that you probably won't get from your GP, and it's something that it gives people choices, I think, to try and explore something else.
Yeah, it seems strange that people haven't made that connection, but during this week of awareness, perhaps it's the step they should take.
I think it is the step they should take.
Dr. Jill Hart from YorkTest, lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you indeed.
There we go. Food could be the source of that terrible irritant that people have to face.